Yeah.
So I was on oxygen for 7 days.
Steroids.
And steroids.
Yeah, but look, beside you, we've got the doctor here, Dr. Nigat, who feels it's important. I mean, there are a lot of people like Les. You can understand why he thought the way he did. He felt he had researched his subject and he felt that there were answers to back up his doubts. What would you like to say to people who think the same as that?
Firstly, my deepest condolences to Carla and Amanda. We've had a long chat about this because Les was a Cambridge graduate, educated, highly intelligent individual. So we can't even say that misinformation is out there for those who are, air quotation, uneducated. But there are this misinformation that's going around. And unfortunately, I, as a doctor, am seeing misinformation spreading faster than the virus. People get a tiny little information that might be taken out of context, and then the algorithm, the way it works on social media, it just gets blown apart and just goes further and further and further. So there's so many misinformation bits that I'm seeing out there. So the vaccines happen too fast. My counter-argument...
That seems to be a very big concern for a lot of people. It's like, well, it was just developed too quickly, and normally they take years to develop.
And I work as part of Team Halo, which is a verified group of doctors who are working around the world trying to tackle and answer these questions with legitimate, soundproof evidence. Now, 75% of the population, adult population, is double vaccinated, but there's a small, significant 25% which still is hesitant about getting the vaccine. My answer to the fact that the vaccine is too fast, well, we are working on decades worth of vaccines. We've known about vaccines and how viruses work in immune systems since Edward Jenner, since the 18th century. And this vaccine builds on already knowledge. The minute that we knew that the pandemic had hit, this is the first time that the whole global entity, the scientists, the manufacturers, the money, the people who wanted to take part in the research for the vaccine, they were primed and ready. We've just never had that sort of interest in other sort of medicines. So it hasn't been done fast. It's been completely checked through by the MRHA and also the world governing bodies from across the globe. So you can say, well, the MRHA, but we've got approval from other global phenomenal research bodies. The other thing is that there are trackers in there. So there's lots of TikTok videos that I get tagged into. There's no such thing as trackers on here at all. Or they'll say that, well, the needle is left in the arm because the needle is retracted. Well, that's the safety mechanism that we have. Then the other myth that we get is it causes infertility. So the vaccine will cause the way that it works. There is no plausible way that the vaccine will cause infertility. And there's reasons behind that because, A, what it does is that it's not a live vaccine. It just shows the mRNA in the vaccine shows your immune system, this is what you're going to be infected by. Start making copies. The immune system goes away, it starts making mug copies. So when the actual virus enters your system, your immune system is ready and goes, I recognise you. I know exactly what to do with you. I'm going to destroy you.
And then what about many people like Les himself who just believed, you know what, I've got a decent immune system, I've got no underlying health problems, this will just be like a bout of flu, I can cope with this. As we saw there with his videos, day 3 or 4 into the virus, he still believed, although he felt very unwell, he still believed that his own body and his immune system would get him through.
But guys, what do you think? I mean, the doctor can talk and there'll be people watching here and they will say, well, she would say that. She's part of the whole system and whatever. Is there anything you would like to say on behalf of Les or what you've learnt from what happened to Les?
I'll just ask everybody that's sitting on the fence, really sit down and reconsider your decision and look at what it's based on. Is it really based on medical evidence and scientific experts? Who's giving you this information? Where are you getting it from? And think of what we've just gone through. Like, are you going to want to go through that as a family? I really don't think you do. So please just reconsider and take that vaccine and try and protect yourselves and loved ones.
And are you going to have your vaccine now?
Definitely. I can't at the moment because I'm on antibiotics. So they said give it a few days, just pop along and have it done. But going on from that, basically, I feel if you're not having it, and I was one that wasn't going to have it, I think you're really playing Russian roulette with your lives. Yeah. You really have to think about it really carefully.
And I think what Carla was saying there, Nigat, the United Nations have issued guidance on this. What are they saying as regards information?
So there's some excellent advice because lots of people out there will be thinking, well, I come across these videos, what should I be doing? The most important thing is that always, why am I sharing this? Check it. If it evokes an emotional response, double check that emotional response. What is the source of information? Where did it come from? when was it published, and who has made it before sharing. So just be slightly careful, because it's this misinformation that's going about there that's allowing people to have detrimental effect on their lives. And ultimately, in Les's case, you know, he paid the ultimate price, which is so saddening, because this was a preventable death. I think that's the thing that is tragic about this. This is preventable and can be prevented if you take the vaccine.
Well, again, we're so sorry for your loss.
you.
Our condolences to you and your family. Thank you so much for talking to us today.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll take a